Today's recipe is for apple cinnamon blender muffins. I love blender muffins because they're so easy to make. You just put everything in the blender, pulse it a few times, and they're good to go. And I love the flavors of apple and cinnamon together. We're going to start with putting 2 eggs in the blender. And when mixing things up in the blender, you want to start with the liquid ingredients first so the blades don't jam up trying to go through more solid ingredients. So we've got 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, which is another wonderful fall flavor, and 1/2 cup of canola oil. The foundation of this recipe are oats, old-fashioned or regular oats. Oats are very high in heart-healthy soluble fiber, and soluble fiber helps absorb water in our GI tract and helps give a feeling of fullness as well as helps with glucose control. We've got 2 cups of oats. And for sweetness, in addition to the maple syrup, I've got 8 dates here. These have been pitted, and you want them to be kind of sticky. So if the package that you have, they're kind of dry or not very sticky, just soak them in hot water for a minute or 2 and they'll plump up. So I've got 8 dates. These are called nature's candy because they're just naturally sweet, and they're also high in soluble fiber. And I've got 2 apples that I've cored and just given a rough chop, but you want to leave the peel on. It's going to get all mixed up in the blender, but a lot of good nutrition is in the peel of apples. And these are small to medium-sized apples. If you have a really large apple, I would just use 1 for this. And then we've got a teaspoon of baking soda, a pinch of salt, and then a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're just going to mix this up in the blender. And really, oats are very forgiving in a muffin recipe. It's not like flour where you can overwork it. So you can get it kind of chunky, or you can process it more and get it smooth. It's really just your preference. I like it a little bit chunky. I'm going to put this in a muffin tin that's been sprayed with nonstick spray. This makes, depending on the apple, this makes about 9 muffins. If you have a larger apple or more apple in it, it might make a little bit more. But I'm going to fill up about 9 muffin cups. You could also do mini muffins, and it would make about 24. You want to fill it up about 3/4 full. Now you could also top these with chopped nuts or coconut, shredded coconut, that would be good. I'm just going to leave them plain, but certainly you can customize however you would like. And these are going to go in a 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes. Just check to make sure that they're done. If you use a mini muffin tin, it's only going to take about 15 minutes. They're out of the oven and they smell so good. I left mine chunky so you can still see little bits of apple in it. And I like to put almond butter on it just to give a little more protein, healthy fat, kind of staying power. But you can certainly have these plain, put a little butter on it, however you'd like to have it. So I really hope you give this recipe a try.